My name is Harry and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. I decided to continue recording. At least I have them there. Whenever I feel like editing, I could just edit. Alright, so today is November 30th, 2023. It is 2:05 a.m. This is video number 2. Alright, this is my back end. 3,580 subscribers. New subscribers, welcome. My estimate revenue, $291.23. My analytic. Okay, so there's that. Same thing, the views in the last 48 hours, 7,896 views. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. Let's continue so I could finish. Alright, so majority of my tweets is making reference to EndGame. Okay, go see part 1. There's a lot of video clips that made reference to it. The royal rats talking about it. Okay, so I'm just continuing. Me think someone is trying to usurp his darling pa and get rid of an unwanted kitty with one swoop. Making reference to Egg and the wife. He forget Camilla is the Machiavelli of the palace. War. Yep, what is it? Camilla. She knows how the game is played and she will protect Charles, because without Charles she's nothing. Okay, without Charles she's nothing, so she's gonna try to make sure to protect Charles, that's for sure. Egg will still have to pay millions for a divorce just like his pa. Do you think his pa will lend Egg money like Queen Elizabeth II did when Tempon divorced? I mean, what about the Duchy of Cornwall? Isn't he taking care of that? How can he use money from there? Let me see. Egg has his own money. Charles took Harry's birthright away from him because he married a biracial woman. What birthright? Okay, and I had biracial kid. Egg became the Prince of Wales and we save a lot of money. What? Where is this come from? Okay, he might have his own money that he and his father don't like to part with. How much will Bourne shake him down for? Plus, with 3 kids, the cost is more in this day and age than what his father pay. Another thing, if she becomes queen and he wants a divorce, will that add extra? Let me leave that alone. Does she even have a way of how do you call this, negotiate? Because Princess Diana, they thought Princess Diana was dumb, but she was smart.
By the December of that year, as you say, you'd agreed to a legal separation. What were your feelings at the time?
Deep, deep, profound sadness. So we had struggled to keep it going, but obviously we both run out of steam. And in a way, I suppose it could have been a relief for us both that we'd finally made our minds up. But my husband asked for separation and I supported it.
It was not your idea?
No, not at all. I come from a divorced background and I didn't want to go into that one again.
I think Diana bitterly regretted the divorce. I think she fought until the last minute to prevent a divorce. She didn't want one. It was awful for the children. I think it still affects them very badly. But I don't think Diana wanted it at any stage.
The final chapter of the royal marriage lasted from June 1996 to August.
The princess this evening, Diana knowing that her estranged husband has now made his divorce offer. That offer was put together here at the Royal Solicitors Farrers, ending a 10-week deadlock over the divorce negotiations. A letter was delivered by hand tonight to Diana's solicitors, spelling out what the prince's side hopes will be seen as generous terms. It seems clear that Charles is offering some £15 million, hoping this will seem generous, encouraging a speedy settlement.
Right, to be fair, it's a great plan, LOL. That is true. When you think about it, he's done with her. So, hey, kill bird with one stone. The opportunity arises, so he's using it. Okay, Jesus, both of them at once. There's the eye. I'll be so screwed. She better run to her mother while she can. Okay, yep, there's the laugh, yep. Oh, now that would be a chess move. Since he has been reported, he is impatiently waiting to become king. I don't think she's going anywhere. She'll just block it because she's that close to get to the throne. Right, there is some modern day Game of Thrones maneuvering and plotting happening over there. 2024 is gonna be on fire. Scobie's book, Pegs, already has 2 of the kids shipped off to boarding school, and the social climbing relatives are broke and serve no purpose. Fat Fingers is about to go through oh my god, the way she worded this thing. Okay, Fat Fingers is about to go through some things for stealing from the dead. The hoe is still a hoe. I'm sorry I'm laughing through this, but the way she worded those stuff. Let me move on to the next one. I don't want to make this an hour. It looks like it probably will. Alright, next tweet. There's this here. Let me pause. Okay, I've left the house twice in 4 months. I've everywhere, but I'm nowhere. Meghan. Still true today, $1 billion industry. Yep. If you look in video 1, there's a black lady who was talking. Is unbelievable. Like what Meghan have done over there. Meanwhile, the few seconds Meghan was over there, she did the cookbook, she did smart work, and so many other things. All right, let's listen. 28 seconds.
Can I go and have lunch with my friends? No, you're oversaturated, you're everywhere. It would be best for you to not go out to lunch with your friends. I go, well, I haven't left the house in months. I mean, there was a day that one of the members of the family, she came over and she said, why don't you just lay low for a little while? Because you are everywhere right now. And I said, I've left the house twice in 4 months.
Wow.
I'm everywhere, but I am nowhere.
Is the isolation, okay? The isolation that they were trying to do. The same way they did with Princess Diana.
Wow.
And with a husband who was having a relationship with somebody else?
Was a husband who loved someone else, yes. It was already difficult, but it became increasingly difficult.
In a practical sense, how did it become difficult?
Well, people were, when I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side were indicating that I was, again, unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better. I was almost an embarrassment.
Do you think he really thought that?
Well, there's no better way to dismantle a personality than to isolate it.
So you were isolated?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
There's that sadness. The media create the storm around her and then uses against her all over again. They all are baggage for God, that's all. So happy she has her freedom back. Go Meghan, we love you. Right, UK tabloid put Meghan on front page even though she followed royal road rules to stay inside Frogmore. Royal egos were crushed. Now 5 years later, she's still tabloid scapegoat. Okay, I'm just happy my children and my children will learn about the courage of this wonderful princess. Exactly, like in video 1, there's from that GNB video clip where that white lady was saying, you know, people could learn from Meghan and all of that, and the black lady was saying about her 14-year-old daughter and all of this, you know, dismissive of Meghan. She there's a baggage waiting for her soon. Okay, there's that here. They did everything to isolate her. There's the thing. Yep. That's exactly that. Imagine being a 37-year-old woman and being in a position to ask permission to go out for lunch with friends, which was subsequently denied. How does that royal family think the world function? You can't do that shit with a 16-year-old. That's the thing. Okay, my thing is she had to ask permission. Oh hell no. They, royal family, had too much control. That's the thing. They were controlling all those nonsense that was being said about her. All right, so they had control of her. They didn't want her to speak. That's the thing. They want to be the narrator. Again, if you go back to video 1 of today's date, where we were talking about, I was talking about how some of the things that they were doing were for the history book. When our great grandkids were researching about Meghan, these are the things, the nonsense they were putting on the tabloid to for our great grandkids to search about. Meanwhile, they shutting her down. You can't speak. So whenever she speak, she will put the truth out. So this is the isolation of that. The same way they were trying to do with Princess Diana. Okay, they wanted to use this to keep her locked in. See how they always get angry whenever there is a pop shot of her just doing normal stuff. Yep. Okay, I'm so glad that Harry had her back and stood by her. Okay, that's a different language. There's the crying face here. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Yep, they were trying to control the narrative. They had an image, they had a script for her, and they wanted people to see her in a different way. And then meanwhile, she's suffering inside. And they just get out. Alright, so there's the squad here. Dear Harry and Meghan Markle, I need you to be deaf, dumb, and blind on this one. Let Kate Middleton, King Charles, and Prince William fight this racist allegation on their own. Listen with your mouth and see with your ears, please. Alright, so in other words, stay out of it. Let them deal with that, because that's not her book. She doesn't need to defend anything. Let Omid deal with it, and all the key players deal with that. And the other thing I don't understand with the royals, especially the UK royals, I don't know about around the world because I don't follow them. Occasionally I see little thing here and there about the other royals around the world, but the one in the UK, because I know a little bit more about them. Not that I know everything, but a little bit. The thing I don't understand about them, what are they afraid of? I just don't understand, because if they will be prosecuted or be some sort of a punishment, I can understand them being afraid. But the thing is that they have no shame, they do as they please, and they consistently doing their nonsense. So why create all these dramas when you know the key thing is you cannot be prosecuted? So what is the problem? Do they really understand their position? Do they understand the things that is, I don't know, the thing that's happening around them, reality? Because anybody, any normal person, the key thing is for them is to be prosecuted, to be put in jail, and you have to spend tons of money to defend yourself and all of that. But they are pretty much, I don't know, immune. What is it, immunity? They can be prosecuted. So what is the problem? I don't understand this key aspect. All right, exactly. Harry's comment should be to refer every question to Buckingham Palace. Let them never complain, never explain on their own. Exactly. All right, I just need them to sit there and eat their food, say nothing. Exactly. Okay, Meghan already said what she had to say on that, living in the present. Listen with your mouth and see with your ears. There's a laugh here. Oh, please, Harry, don't come to their rescue. There's that here. Sitting peacefully under a tree in Montecito. I'd be shocked if they reply at all. If they were still in the UK, I'd be worried. Okay, exactly. There's the laugh here. Okay, after this, that's it. I wonder if KKK will be showing up with a new black friend like Willie usually does. Enjoy the circular firing squad, Harry. Someone tell Harry that people sometimes need to hit ground zero before they can accept change. Alright, eventually, talk to Chris Rock. There's the thumbs up here. Video nasty Prince Harry faces racism inquiry over footage of... that's old thing, whatever. They just want us to keep on remembering this. but we already know where Harry stands. Right, where's that? This tweet about sums up the grammatically. Okay, shame on Harry and Meghan for not inviting Meg's black family members to her wedding. She has her reason, okay? She has her reason. Maybe they were there, they just didn't show. Alright, not one black family member. They would love an opportunity to be at that wedding with all those white rich. Oh, please. Let me read this and then I'll go into that and then black her. Okay, soon their title will be stripped and they can move on being regular people. I mean, they could do whatever. Let me black this. I mean, the title is not doing a damn thing in the US. Alright, they living their life. Okay, her mom, that's for sure. Okay, so that's it. Let's black. Next tweet. Listen with your mouth, hear with your next tweet. There's that here. William's relationship with the press continues to amaze. Alright, so that's a retweet of that. Breaking. Piers Morgan has named King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales, as the alleged racist on Omid's withdrawn Dutch book. There's that here. Right, go to video 1. There's of today's date. There's a lot of things that make reference to all of this. Okay. Alright, I've always thought it was Charles, purely because the tone and the Oprah interview made me feel like it was someone the Sussexes felt had power over them. I mean, all of them had power over them. William had power over them due to birthright, and Charles had power over them. So all of them had power over them. Okay. I just read that. Oh no, this one I read. I honestly do not think it was Kate. I think she certainly is racist, but I don't think she's significant enough in the scheme of things. I think Camilla and William. Okay, me neither. And there is no way Camilla will consent to Charles being named. This is 100% William's doing. The squad know the way they play the games. Let's see this and then that'll be it. The sloppiness, Olivia Pope will never. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. So yeah, like some of the squad say, Egg is doing killing two birds with one stone. I hear Bad Dad is being rolled out on British TV tomorrow. I hope we can all stay focused and ignore him. There's that here. Okay, the fact that Bad Dad has never been interviewed by a US channel let you know what a joke he is. A total non-mother effing factor. What was that? The thing, was it before the coronation? Lionel Richie and what's that other singer? Meghan had just went to her concert. Alright, there was an interview that happened there. Was it planned or he just happened to show up? Because these people, I'm telling you, they have a freaking obsession with people looking at them. Meanwhile, they're doing stupid things. So it was during the Lionel Richie concert with that Katy Perry. That's it, with Katy Perry. I think Charles, it wasn't planned, like I said, came into the camera or something like that. They didn't know what to do. All right, so there's that. I'm bringing that up because they're saying they never had anything to do with a US channel. So he took that opportunity to show his face. Okay, Bad Dad need money for his next family bucket meal. All right, hey, today is the best day of my life. All right, after these, that's it. KP regular strategy, roll out deadbeat to smear Meghan. They can't be more transparent. Okay, we all knew that was coming. Val man, he should shut up and go away. What happened to it being his last ever interview, and he wonders why she wants nothing to do with him. Okay, I'm not sure they're making reference here. It's not like Bad Dad will say anything new. If anything, he'll spew that his family also asks what color Meghan will be, and it's okay because white supremacy and racism isn't just marching and burning crosses. It's the thing people barely say out loud, like we don't know. Okay, hey, today's the best day. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. So another word this squad is saying, just stay out of it. Don't promote the things that these people, because they're throwing Charles and Catherine under the bus. All right, next tweet. It's amazing how Princess Diana's words rang so true to 26 years later. May she continue to protect her son, Prince Harry, Meghan, and their kids. Thank God they moved. Princess Diana forever, in her own word, quote, the press is voracious. It forgives nothing. It only hunts for mistakes. Every intention is twisted, every gesture criticized. I believe that aboard it is different. I'm welcome with kindness. I'm taking for what I am without prior judgment, without looking for blunders. And Britain is the opposite. And I believe that in my position, anyone sane will have left a long time ago. Wow, that is true. The part here was it hunts for mistakes. And this is what just did here, in my humble opinion. What just happened here with the book saying about the racists and all of that, and use the wife and the brother, and the wife and the father. Okay, gosh, how eerily true. Nothing changed, sadly. There's the life here, or gone mad. Okay, you forget she was so proudly of William and call him a friend and an old soul. Whatever. Well, that's until he called her a paranoid. South Park. Alright. What about South Park? South Park is a cartoon animation thing. Nothing serious about it. Even they make fun of William as well. Alright, so you think she will protect Harry, who Diana admitted she was worried about and had him see a therapist, over William, who she was so proud of and was so... We have eyes, we have ears, we know, okay? We know. These are they sending their mouthpiece to come and say their nonsense here. Okay, for God's sake, stop using Diana to further your own... Well, it's true though. It's true. The same way the royals keep on using Diana when it fits them. Look at the egg, calling the mother paranoid and all of that.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife of the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
Displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation.
I walk into the house and stick my hand out to Camilla for the first time and think phew, got over that. We were all upstairs and I was chatting away and I suddenly noticed that there was no Camilla, no Charles upstairs. So this disturbs me. So I make my way to go downstairs again. I know what I'm going to confront myself with. Try and stop me from going downstairs. Then I don't go down there. I just go and find my husband. I go downstairs and there's a very happy little threesome going on downstairs. Camilla, Charles and some other man who I didn't know, chatting away.
It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others.
The most damaging charge that is made in relation to your marriage is that you were, because of your relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles, from the beginning, persistently unfaithful to your wife and thus caused the breakdown. What is your response to that persistent criticism?
Oh, that's the persistent criticism, is it? Well, and the trouble is, you see, that these things, again, as I was saying earlier, are so personal. It's difficult to know quite how to, to talk about these things in front of everybody. And obviously, I don't think many people would want to. But I mean, all I can say is that there's been so much speculation, feeding on every other kind of speculation, that it all becomes bigger and bigger. I mean, all I can say is that I mean, there is no truth in so much of this speculation. And Mrs. Parker Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful. and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others.
So I thought, right, this is your moment. So I went and sat down and joined in the conversation as though we were best friends. And I said, Camilla, I'd love to have a word with you if possible. And she looked really uncomfortable, put her head down. She said, oh yes, right. And I said to the two men, okay boys, I'll just have a quick word with Camilla and I'll be up in a minute. And they shot upstairs like chickens with no heads. And I could feel upstairs all hell breaking loose. What was she going to do? So I said, Camilla, you have to sit down. So we sat down and I was terrified of her. And I said, Camilla, I'd just like you to know that I know exactly what's going on. And she said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, I know what's going on between you and Charles. And I just want you to know that. And she said to me, very interesting, she said to me, you've got everything you've ever wanted. All the men in the world fall in love with you. You've got 2 beautiful children, what more would you want? And I didn't believe what she said anyway. So I said, I want my husband. And she said, well, and she looked down the whole time. I said to Camilla, I'm sorry I'm in the way. I obviously am in the way. And it must be hell for both of you. But I didn't know what's going on, don't you know?
It influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others. It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia and isolation that I remember from those final years with her.
Wow.
And with a husband who was having a relationship with somebody else?
Was a husband who loved someone else, yes. It was already difficult, but it became increasingly difficult.
In a practical sense, how did it become difficult?
Well, people were, when I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side.
That the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia and isolation that I remember from those final years with her.
Were indicating that I was, again, unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better. I was almost an embarrassment.
Do you think he really thought that?
To her fear, paranoia and isolation that I remember from those final years with her.
Well, there's no better way to dismantle a personality than to isolate it.
So you were isolated?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Can I go and have lunch with my friends? No, 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 you're oversaturated, you're everywhere. It would be best for you to not go out to lunch with your friends. I go, well, I haven't left the house and...
Well, there's no better way to dismantle a personality than to isolate it.
Months. I mean, there was a day that one of the members of the family, she came over and she said, why don't you just lay low for a little while?
So you were isolated?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Because you are everywhere right now. And I said, I've left the house twice in 4 months.
Wow.
I'm everywhere, but I am nowhere.
That I remember from those final years with her.
Alright, so let me stop. You see what's there? Let's move on. Next tweet. Alright, let's take that opportunity. Let's go to the next tweet. Next tweet. Okay, I'm almost done. Alright, this one is kind of funny. I'll play that GIF later. How freakingly fragile is the monarchy? There have been countless books written bashing Harry and Meghan, but the minute there's one book written that doesn't bash them and slightly criticizes the left behind royals, the entire UK press started windmilling on social media. So there's that here. I show a screenshot of it, but it's hard to... Alright, so there's that here. Not only that, but 80% of what's in the book can be found in various articles and multiple publications. They just made he aggregated all the information and connecting the dots into a complete story. That's it. I think I didn't read the book, but that's pretty much it. And the same thing with Finding Freedom. That's the way he did it. And then these people, the royal rats, the other ones, they don't have the mind to do the exact same thing that Omid is doing, but instead they rather fabricate stories. Let me read that for comment here. Too many British institutions are convinced their warped perspective on the world must be accommodated. Alright, I just came from there, and there's that commercial, there's the laugh. They are both piece of shit. Wait, have the British royal family commented directly to you complaining about it because they haven't made a peep so far? Some things are worth their attention.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
Criticisms that you've received is that, well, okay, fine, you want to move to California, you want to step back from the institutional role, why be so public? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife. You know, the family motto is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto. And it doesn't really hold...
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
Endless.
Private, being done through leaks.
Through leaks. They will feed or have a conversation with the correspondent, and that correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story. And in the bottom of it, they will say that they've reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting. So when we're being told for the last 6 years, we can't put a statement out to protect you, but you do it for other members of the family, there becomes a point when silence is betrayed.
But remember, Harry, who grew up in the institution, technically the mouthpieces, look how the other black woman was defending the institution. And what is it? Piers Morgan came out and all of that. Let me read that comment here. Interesting, I'm commenting on the book and I have no connection to the monarchy or the media, so do tons of other people also commenting on this. People talking about it doesn't mean it's a directive from the palace. Alright, so I think I finished it. Okay, gotta keep that grief going one way or another, haven't they? Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Next tweet. Okay, so there's that here. William's petty jealousy will be his downfall. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, no lie told here. He started it all. So William is Kane. Okay, so William is Kane. Okay, Omis Kobe Endgame review. The real royal villain is William. If you go on PYTE, I have a video. It has been done before. This was done before all the other things that we know now. The Omid book, obviously, this one just come out, and the Finding Freedom, and Spare, and the docu-series, and the Oprah interview, way before all of that. Okay, that video, I've said, it has been done before. I knew it was William. Okay, but which unique access does Scooby have? This is all to paint a Meg bad. Okay, did you read the book? If not, you have no basis to say that. I don't plan on buying the book. So there's me responding to her here. William's petty jealousy will be his downfall. So there's me here. So Egg gave his father a lifeline. His stupidity will be his downfall. 3 in a marriage must be, and there's the quote here, evil type heaven right now. If Egg wasn't jealous and acted his jealousy out, can you imagine his popularity right now? If the Sussexes were by his side, better yet, behind him, because that's what he wants. He wants to be in front and then Harry to be walking behind him. Okay, can you imagine? Agreed, thumbs up. Okay, what is that? Is that a commercial? Is the best, I think that's an ad. Okay, let's skip that. Okay, the bar is low. They will keep the monarchy going even when the king is petty, jealous, or racist. Wow, 3.5 out of 5 is not too bad for the biased independent. Okay, William Kane Windsor, a vile, cool excuse for a brother. That's for sure. Okay, he'll still be king in 20 years. He can get away with saying and doing anything he wants. That's how the royal works. I don't see the UK wanting to get rid of the monarchy, do you? The thing is that the elites, the people who's making money right now, they need the monarchy, so they're gonna make it work. All right, this is what make the monarchy stay exactly where it is. But right now, in the US, the Murdoch brand is taking a beating in the US. Okay, there's a lawsuit that's gonna happen, not the Dominion one. This one is already settled, $7-something million or something. It's already settled. There's another one that's about to come. Okay, so the Murdoch brand is taking a beating right now in the US, in the court system. So we'll see. Okay, inside Prince William's secret meeting and quiet pub to brief press on Prince Harry, traitor, backstabber. Okay, I didn't know anything about that. Scobie book is just connecting the dot. We already knew that Prince William was and still is briefing the press against Harry and Meghan. Alright, inside Prince William's secret meeting is quiet pub to brief press on Prince Harry. I mean, just think about this for a moment. You have your brother, which Harry hasn't done a damn thing to him. As a matter of fact, he actually propped him up. To have, if this is true, okay, let's put allegedly here. If this is true, to have secret meeting to talk against your brother, how cruel could that be? How cruel is that? Allegedly. Okay, Prince William reportedly had a secret meeting with a newspaper editor to discuss Prince Harry's lawsuit. Okay, so that lawsuit here. Omid Scobie writes in EndGame that the Prince of Wales met with the Sunday Times editor-in-chief and News Corp executive Martin Evans on October 11, 2019. The meeting was conducted in a pub in South London to avoid drawing attention. Wow. British media, what's RE stand for? Okay, and their bat trying hard to make Prince William the victim while he was the whole time the villain, evil. She retweeted that the revelation and EndGame had me screaming and running for my timeline and notes. Let's add these new pieces to our puzzle, shall we? Dan Wootton and Harry and Meghan. Let's pause this. I'm gonna play this. The firm and Prince William exposed. Okay, Omid Scobie denies he's briefed by Harry and Meghan and is their mouthpiece in EndGame, but British press after her blood insists he is. Yet all these reporters admit Prince William or Kemp briefed them against the Sussexes and they just ignore this evil. Alright, so let's see here. It's 1 minute and 56 seconds.
So you have to remember, when I work in newsrooms, it's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace.
I was doing a piece for one of the Nationals, writing a piece, and I was told, because I'm quite critical of the monarchy in many ways, I was told I could say what I wanted about Harry and Meghan, but I had to lay off William and Kate. That was the instruction from the editor. So I think there was an element of truth in what he says.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
I mean, they can deny it all they like till they're blue in the face, but there's been an awful lot of leaking, particularly from Kensington Palace, about how things were developing. And
have you heard from anyone in the palace thanking you for the, serious defense of them?
I've had some messages communicated to me on behalf of several members of the royal family.
Upper level
We're very
people?
grateful that. Well, I'm not going to go into who it was, but what I would say is gratitude that somebody was standing up for them.
When I was working for the BBC, a very senior royal correspondent at the BBC, I was excluded from parties and events. I remember one big party at Buckingham Palace. I wasn't invited as the royal correspondent. Piers Morgan was as the editor of the Mirror. David Yellen was as the editor of the Sun. And I used to say to them, why? And why do you plant stories? And they did plant is a strong word. Give stories to the tabloids first. Why don't you come to me and I'll broadcast and they can follow me? But that was never the way Palace worked.
I think that most of the general public would assume that the monarchy are at the mercy of the British press, when the reality is there is a far greater level of manipulation that goes on from the royal courts to the media than Joe Public would ever believe.
The squad put it right there, plain and simple. Okay, so there's this here. Click on the married name and you will the video. She connects the dot. Okay, so there's that here. Go on her thing. I think she has either on TikTok, on TikTok or YouTube. Go listen to it. Okay, she always makes some good point. I'll bookmark it. I'll listen.
So you have to remember, when I work in...
I'll listen to it privately. Alright, see, South London has pubs with private rooms, private pubs with private rooms, and you can even hire a pub in South London for a private meeting, etc. Alright, I mean, a pub in South London, really, will it draw attention? Would it? Come on. If he was meeting newspaper editors, surely they will go somewhere a lot more private than a pub in the capital city. South London has more pub than cars, lol, including pubs with private rooms. What was it when Harry and Meghan went to meet for the first time? I thought it was in a, whatever the restaurant. If it seems like, that's what I assume. It was privately somewhere within the restaurant, but above. Let's say when the companies that I work for and my husband company, during Christmas holiday, when they make a Christmas party get together, I don't think his new office does that. They do it differently, but his old office and where I used to work, there's a room above the restaurant. Many restaurants in New York City have that. They will go above and have a private party up there. All right, huge table. They put the tables together. We have dinner and everything like that. So yes, I believe they have that. Okay, the peasant, you know, the little people, or just regular people who just want to hang out, just be down there. But above is a private room for those companies or anybody who wants to have a private party and have it up there. They rent the whole space. Yeah, so they have those things. All right, so let me girl, bye. I don't even need to see it. This is somebody that I blocked. Let's move on. Oh my god, I have so much videos to edit. Alright, next tweet. There's that. Racist royal family. Quote, they expose what was already there and they are trying to blame Meghan for their being exposed. Reverend Al Sharpton. Okay, Harry and Meghan were right about everything. That's for sure. Everything is coming out one by one, little at a time. So that drip, drip, drip that lady once said. Okay, so many in the States, Caribbean, Bermuda talk about the royal family and now racist they are. Okay, and how racist they are. Okay, they ran their own mouths. It was never Meghan. That's it. Yeah, Duchess of Racist. So there's all of this here. All right, facts. So let me move on. Okay, I'm starting to get tired, but I want to finish with those tweets that I have here. So by tomorrow, new tweets are gonna come. Alright, so there's this here update. I think I was right about Charles. I think I might be wrong about William and Kate never divorcing. So she's making reference here about what is it? Piers Morgan throwing Kate under the bus, because some people are saying Kate's name was never mentioned in the book. I will not say never, but in terms of the racist part about the skin tone of the child. But it seems like now that they're discussing it, William is trying to use that opportunity to throw Kate under the bus. Alright, so, and one of those comments that I was reading, it's in video 1, one of the squad suggested that she doesn't think it's Kate who had concern about Archie's skin color. Because in the Oprah interview, Meghan had said, you know, how nice Kate was. So if that was the case, that Kate was the one who said the skin tone, she would not even mention that part, how nice Kate was and all of that. Even though Meghan was making reference about the Kate cry kind of thing. Meghan made Kate cry and Kate came and apologized to her and all of that. So if that was the case, Meghan will never bring this up at all. So the squad was saying in the comment section. So now what is happening here, it seems like William is throwing the father and the wife under the bus, because I think he wants to get out of that marriage. Alright, so this is what this is making reference to. Alright, never miss an opportunity to ex someone they don't like. That's her baggage to deal with. Alright, that's me responding an hour ago. It definitely got more interest. Egg putting space between the Well Shade brand and Bond now. Her being outed supposedly can be all coincidence. The only person who could, this is why the squad is saying for Harry and Meghan to stay quiet. Just let them fight this out. You know, Meghan could easily put a stop to all of this. Okay, the shenanigan of what what's the other one? the presenter, Piers Morgan, have said. William is moving pieces to get rid of both the king and his wife. Someone gave that man the go-ahead, and my money is on Baldy and his team. Alright, that's Piers Morgan, who on video one outed who said something about the skin tone thing. Okay, he named Kate and Charles. Next tweet, there's that here. Even if she had been responsible, the press will never ever name the queen and a story like the one today. Alright, in other words, the queen stay out of all this mess. Alright, we have seen our entire institution pivoted to protect the heir and hang on unpopular monarch out to dry. Okay, unfortunately for them, I don't think William is planning on slowing down the collection of skeletons they're amassing in his closet. That's probably true. They probably have a lot on him. So he had to keep on feeding the beast the nonsense. Okay, unfortunately for them, I don't think William is planning on slowing down the collection of skeletons amassing in his closet. Okay, took the word from my mouth. Who benefit from this revelation? William. Exactly. That's all it is. I don't know why he thinks this works for him. I don't know. We will never understand the mindset of these people. This is my last one, by the way. This has nothing to do with well, they're making reference to, but where I was gonna say it has nothing to do with the royal family, but the person used the Queen and Philip. But what happened here, Henry Kissinger passed away. So I was reading some of the comments. It just got me, unfortunately. It's not a happy thing, you know, about somebody death. But this is how Twitter decided to welcome, talk about his death. Okay, welcome Mr. Henry Kissinger. So there's the Queen and Philip, seemingly what this is supposed to represent. Hell. Okay, so that's the fire in the back. That level of hell looks too nice for them. Lower it. Okay, let me look. Let me show you who they're talking about. Okay, this is the person. Let me open. This is who just passed. Okay, Henry Kissinger, former United States Secretary of State. All right, so there's all of. It seemed like he's one of those people who were into war and all of that. Alright, so you could pause your screen and read this. Oh, so he was born in Germany. Why did I think he was in the US? Very interesting. So he was born in Germany. 100. He was born 1923 to he died in November 29, 2023. 100. There was now that's sidetracked right now. Looking at this, there was is it an IG? Let me pause and look for it. So on IG, this is the thing that I was gonna make reference to. So it's best to just show it to you. So on IG, someone posted this. Okay, meet the first African American woman to ever earn a PhD in economics back in 1921. Okay, so that was the I was gonna say that was the tweet. That was the post. Okay, 1921. But my response to it was, there he is here. Okay, I was focusing on the date only, 1921. Looking at the year 1921, it doesn't seem like it's a long time, but it is. 102 years ago. Many of us were born in the 1900s. Some people who were born at least 20 years after her achievement are still alive. That's what I got out of this. Okay, this is not to diminish her accomplishment. It's just the year. Hard time flies. Hard time flies. So now looking at this guy, what's his name? Henry Kissinger. He was born in 1923. Okay, and this is what I'm, plugging these things together. 1921, that IG post was making reference to, and then Henry Kissinger, 1923. He was born, and then he died 100 years later. Yep. Okay. These things flies really quickly, and 100 years from now, when our great-grandkids are looking back at now, the things reading about Harry, Meghan, okay, they want to make sure they get the negative aspect of Harry and Meghan. That's what they were trying to make. Time flies. It ties really. And one some of my videos I've said it doesn't take too long to ruin a generation. You just need 10 years, just a decade. You ruin it. Okay, you start molding them, remove information from books and all that. The things that I'm seeing by young people on social media, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. You know, they fill them with flies and all of this. All right, so this is what I got out of this. And then someone that, is it that same person? No, someone else put it, forgot someone. There's what's his name, President Reagan. But nobody ever died and come back to tell us any of this, so we do not know. Alright, so the best thing is be a good person here. Treat people how you want to be treated. But many of these old people, this is what many of the old people are trying to transfer over to the young people, to continue with that negativity. What's happening in the Middle East, these things should not be repeating again. Okay, you have young people celebrating, partying of death, of destruction. This is not human behavior at all. It's barbaric. They're saying that they're running, they're looking for Hamas and all of that. You can't flatten a freaking country to say you're looking for Hamas. If that was the case, there is protocol going building by building, room by room to root out people. You don't flatten the freaking country to the ground and then saying you're looking for terrorists. So now the thing is pretty much as they're saying they're looking for terrorists, you just have to put a mirror in front of them. They are the terrorists who's doing all this stuff. So no human behavior should be acting out like that. But anyway, I went off. Okay, that's not what I wanted to say. But I was looking at this, the way the people were responding to his death. And then, you know, none of us ever come back from the dead to tell the living how death is. So we do not know, all right? But the way Twitter is taking it, there's that. Okay, point of view of the world, hearing about notorious warmonger Henry Kissinger dying and going straight to hell. We do not know. All right, so there's that here. All right, so that is it. That's all I have, I think. Right? This is my list. That's all I have. So let's do a prayer. So the last video I said prayer for human peace. Let's say world. The word connection, world connection. Let's do that. World connection. In a good way. Let's see here. All mine are yours, and yours are mine, and I have been glorified in them. And now I am no longer in the world, but they are in the world. And I am coming to you, Holy Father. Protect them in your name that you have given me, so that they may be one as we are one. All right, so that's the word that came to me. I typed it, and this is what comes up. So that is it. While I was saying this, I was thinking of something. So now I remember what I was thinking. Going back to the Middle East. The other day I was thinking of, what's this guy? Bourdain. Let me look his name. What's his first name? They say he commits suicide. Something Bourdain. Yeah. Anthony Bourdain. That's his name. I was thinking about him, knowing what is happening in the Middle East. Sometimes you wonder, people who commit... I don't want this to come out the wrong way. It's not glorify this type of death or anything like that. Was there something that he saw, or did he complete his mission in terms of God's mission to show us, when he traveled around the globe, to show us the cultures that were happening? Okay, now there's a lot of people who's doing it, but he went around the globe showing how people around certain part of the world live their lives, the food that they eat, the way they celebrate certain things, and all of this. I was thinking about him literally as I saw what's happening in the Middle East, because I used to watch him. And funny how that's a sidetrack of sidetrack. I was at the hospital. Something happened to me. I was couple years ago in NYU hospital, and that's how I came about to know his show existed, his traveling show. And I was at the hospital watching his show, and I fell in love with it, and that's where my connection came. to know about his show. And then after I left the hospital, I've been watching his show about because I'm really into cultures and all of that. Now back to why I'm bringing him. Okay. First was how I connect with him, how I was able to learn about him, and now this is the part here, why I bring him into that. Knowing what is going on in the Middle East, culture, religion, a lot of things is being destroyed. You see young kids are dying, parents are burying their kids, they're young babies, 9-year-old being shot, and all of this. So many of these practices, those cultures are going to disappear. They are going to disappear. I remember but then did a show going to Syria. Okay, how welcome those people welcome him, the food that they were offering him and all of that. He was trying all of the food. So I'm thinking all of this, what but then have been documented, are going to disappear. Many of us may not like it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I feel about those cultures or how you feel about those cultures. It's the fact that this is the way people were living naturally. Okay, the natural aspect of things are disappearing. Why? Because warmongering people are destroying lives of people who are the recipient, the protector, the captor of, if that is a word, the people who keeps those culture going to the next generation and all of that. So when you see young kids, babies, young boys are being shot and destroyed, these cultures are gonna disappear around the globe. And I've said on PYTE, each corner of the world, all these people, we may not like, we may like, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's just the way of life in those part of the world. They were meant to live that way in that part of the world. They understand the environment, what's there for them to survive. They understand it and they cherish it. They learn how to use the land in their own respective way around the globe. And then you have these people coming and destroying it. This is the part that I'm really pissed about. Destroying lives and cultures. And then inserting that mechanical, artificial way of living because they want to freaking control the world. Okay? So, but then came to mind. Why he came to mind? Because he documented some of those cultures that are being destroyed right now. I don't know if that makes sense, but it came to mind. I'm just sharing to you what crossed my mind regarding Bourdain. Alright, so I did the prayer. This is sort of extra. So that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so when I'm editing, I don't know when that will be, I'll put the date of the screenshot of how much my estimate is. Alright. So that is it. thank you for your support, and thank you for watching. And I have a Patreon if you want to support me through there. I'll try to put my vacation, my Thanksgiving vacation there, the same way I did with the Ellis Island, the Statue of Liberty, and some other things that I want to share with you. There's one video I want to put there as well. I think I call it Cyber Attack. That's an old video I did when I just started talking about Harry and Meghan, and I went on this rampant and how things were shifting, things that I was seeing, you know, leading up to Brexit and all of that. So I was afraid to put it out because I was new into it. I didn't know how people were gonna perceive it. I talk about religion, all sort of things. All right, so I never put it out. So that I need to put it out for you guys on Patreon. And I think I even talk about certain people who started some of targeted voters. Many of you will be surprised who started it. I spoke about it. I'm not gonna mention it here. All right, so that's it. So a couple things I need to put on my Patreon as a way for you to support my channel, because I'm not creating any membership here. I just want to see how that's what I'm saying now. Okay, that's my plan. But I would love for you guys to be able to support me either through donation, PayPal, Cash App, or Patreon. You know, at least you'll be seeing some stuff occasionally on Patreon. All right, so those who have participated and supporting on Patreon, I appreciate that. Okay, and pretty much everything that I need to share with you are on YouTube. All right, but YouTube is punishing me for that. All right, so that's it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.